What's the reality of life for a single parent in Ireland? The struggles can be financial and psychological, and there are many factors at play here, such as having no one to turn to, self-doubt, making decisions solo, missing the kids when they are off on visits with your other partner, stress and anxiety about money, accepting an outcome from the one you had planned, stigma and judgment by others. With more than 1 in 4 families in Ireland currently being headed by a single parent, and only 1/4 of them in paid employment, the struggle is often unbearable. Lauren was the kind of girl who did everything perfectly growing up, so she shocked everyone when she became pregnant during college. She soon realized that her status in society, in the community, even in her family, fell dramatically once she became a single mother. Lauren had to keep proving to others that she was still that determined, hard-working person she'd been before becoming a mum. She found herself apologizing constantly and tried not to draw attention to her circumstance. The journey made Lauren look at the Irish mentality and the stigma that is still there when it comes to single mothers. She doesn't think that fathers are faced with the same level of judgment and disdain. Irish mentality needs to change, but so does the way in which we support single mothers. It's an absolute pleasure to have you with us today, Lauren, and we really appreciate you coming in to share your story.
No problem.
So let's talk about becoming a mother. You were in college, so how old were you when your daughter was born?
I was 22, which isn't, I suppose, by other standards that young, but still within my circle it was far too young for me.
Yes, I mean they call it a whoopsie.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm always of the thought that you can't plan those kinds of things really anyway, you know, like life happens and things happen. So you didn't make a decision to be a single mother because you are or were his partner, and I think that's kind of where the lines are a bit blurred as well, because you were Lauren before you were mum. So you still had your life and you still had your decisions to make as well. Just through those actions you became a single mother.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So what was his thought at the time? Did you discuss how things were going to play out from that point when you left?
To be honest, no, and that was probably our downfall. Because we had such a turbulent relationship, it was just a subject that was just too hard to approach.
So then you're on your own. You're a single mother. So what challenges did you face at the time?
Well, I had to come back to Dublin with my tail between my legs. I had to move back into my parents' home with a baby. So I got a lot of backlash from my siblings.
Yeah.
More indirect rather than direct, which would have been a nicer way to receive it. You know, I was determined again not to go onto the social welfare system. I wanted to do things for myself. So I did seek help when it came to childcare. And I remember very vividly having a meeting with a community welfare officer. And he sat down and he went through my application. He said, "I see you're working part-time." I could only get part-time work at the time. And I said, "Yes, and you want help with childminding course and this and that and the other." And he said, "Really, you would need to give up work completely in order for you to receive any financial help."
That's crazy. And
I left that meeting so, I was just angry. I was like, that's it. So single mothers will get an awful lot of help. I would even, you know, be on the housing list. I would get clothing allowance.
But you'd have no life.
But forget about your ambitions, forget about the working world, you know, and being a stay-at-home mum, I'm not putting them down if that's what you choose and that's what suits you, and you have an income coming in to allow you to be a stay-at-home mum. But I was like, wow, what message are we sending to single mothers out there?
Yeah, exactly.
That, you know, if you've any hopes and dreams, forget about them.
Stop
you know,
working.
Stop working and we will give you everything you need. But don't show any ambition or desire to be a working mum, then we won't give you anything at all. So that was really, it really was bewildering.
That is bizarre.